All right. So I have an idea for a new video, and I've seen your comments in a lot of my older videos asking for the specifics on how I made my videos. So this time I figured I would just document my process all the way through so you can follow along and get the behind the scenes you've been asking for. I'll show you exactly how I go from just an idea in my brain to a finished video. So the idea I have for this video is going to be a spec commercial, which I've done in the past. And if you're not familiar with what a spec commercial is, essentially what it means is I am making a commercial for a product that I have chosen. No one has asked me to make this. No one is paying me to make this. I've just chosen something that I think will work for what I want to do. And essentially it's really good practice. So the idea I have was inspired by the movie Hot Rod, which came out back in like 2007 when I was in high school, and my friends and I loved the movie. It's really, really weird, but that's also probably why I love it. Anyway, there's a scene in the movie where Andy Samberg's character heads out into the woods and he begins dance fighting, which is a nod to the old film Footloose. And the dancing eventually evolves into like a full-on gymnastics routine where he's doing flips in the air, and he lands one of these flips and immediately trips over a log. Now in the film, it shows him falling down the hill and it just keeps going and going and going. He just eternally falls down this hill for what is a really awkward amount of time. That scene has always really stuck with me and I've always loved it. And I've always wanted to do my own take on that. So I've developed an idea for a spec commercial kind of taking from that eternal fall, which is what I'm going to be naming this video. Now I can't obviously send a human being tumbling down a mountain, nor do I know how to do wire work or any of that crazy stuff they were doing in the film, but I can take from that idea and apply it instead of to a human being into a product. So I was thinking a cell phone, and specifically a cell phone case. Now that's it, that's really all I'm going off of. This is just an idea in my brain and I'm gonna get to work on making it a video. And the first step of that process is pre-production. How's that for latte art, you nerds? First thing I've done is just written down all my ideas for this video on some paper. You would not believe the amount of times that I think I have what is a great idea and then I don't write it down and then it's gone forever. And then once that is starting to feel good and I start to get a clear image of how I want the video to go, I write it all into a Google Doc and structure out line by line the entire video. And that's what I've done here. I then completed my storyboard, which I essentially pair my outline that I've created with visuals. And this is such an important piece of the process for me as I'm a very visual person, and having a good storyboard creates a roadmap for the rest of your production. Now to create my storyboards, I use the website ShotDeck, which I find is an incredible resource. Essentially what it is a database of reference images from films and TV shows and commercials that you can use to reference your work like I have here. It works like any other search engine. You just type in what you want to see. So for example, if I type in man standing in woods, and you can further use their filters here on the left to dial it in even more. For example, if I want it to be a wide shot and I want the composition to be centered, it'll filter with those results. And like, once you find an image you like, you can add it to a deck. So I've created a deck of images that I wanted to use for this project. So if I go over to my decks here, the eternal fall, and here we go. This is essentially my storyboard. You can organize the images any way you want. And it's just really nice to have a bunch of professional reference images to create your own storyboards from and take inspiration from. And then what I like to do is once I've created a detailed deck and they're all in order, is I export them and then I pair my outline I've created with these images where I create an actual storyboard, as you can see here. So this is my first shot, and at the bottom of each shot it says what I'm thinking. I put my VO that I think is going to be in my video here, and I've created essentially a really detailed roadmap of how I want my shoot to go. I've even added in things like this. This is a camera move that I want to happen on a certain shot, and I want to go from this image to this image. So I've typed that in and I've told myself the whip pan I've wanted. It's just really nice to be able to do these sort of things. So when it's the day of and you're filming, you know what you're doing. There's no guesswork. I love ShotDeck. I use it all the time in my work, but I just want to mention that it is a pay to use platform. I can't recommend it enough. Do a good job of your storyboards. You'll thank yourself later. I've also chosen the music for my video as I find music really informs the pacing and the way you film certain things. So having music already picked out ahead of time is only going to help you more when you go to film. To find music, I use Artlist, and again, this is not a paid promotion for Artlist. They're not paying me and my 500 subscribers to advertise for them, but I find I really like using their program because not only do they have music, but they also have sound effects and all sorts of different things to help you when you're making videos. It's right here. I wanted something really like carefree and like bubbly and happy, and that fit the bill. The other things I do in pre-production are obviously finding a location ahead of time and finding somebody to be on camera. As far as where I'll be filming, there's a spot nearby that I've had in mind since I had this idea, and then I am talking to a friend of mine tomorrow to hopefully lock them in to be my on-screen talent for the video.
So you're probably telling yourself, wow, Ross, that got really low budget really fast. You are using the world's largest microphone. Well, this is unfortunately all I have at my disposal at the moment. So, you know, you got to do what you got to do. So what I'm about to do is try to figure out how the heck I'm going to mount my Sony FX3 to my cell phone, which I don't know how I'm going to do yet. So that's what I'm about to figure out with Rupert. He's a big help, as you can see. So this has kind of worked. It's kind of like a cool POV angle that might be really nice in the edit of my phone. I'll come closer so you can see it.
And I figure if I just like crash this in the woods and you just like hit it against stuff, I think it'll add something to the video. And as you can see here, it's just a pretty simple arm. You can get these off most, like I think I got this off B&H or something like this for not very much money. So yeah, there you go. Like and subscribe, right, Rupert? High five! Yeah! Let's go. Come on, let's go do something. So it's like 7:30 in the morning, and today's the day where I actually start filming this thing. I think it's gonna take me 2 days to film. Today I'm gonna be working with my on-screen talent, a guy by the name of Casey, and my plan is to film all of the shots that have him in it. So tomorrow when I film, all I have to do is film everything with the cell phone just falling in the woods. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. The weather is being classic Washington rainforest weather. I saw that I had a bit of a window today in the weather, and when I woke up this morning it was looking really, really foggy and wet and gray, as it often does here in Washington, but it's starting to clear up like it said it would, and fingers crossed the sun actually makes an appearance today, which would be really, really cool. Yeah, should be a good day.
We're about to shoot our first shot.
Heck yeah.
This is Casey here. The weather's way better than I thought it would be. So yeah, we're just gonna stick to my storyboard that I've created and start knocking them out.
Let's do it.
So we're setting up for a wide shot with Casey. We're moving pretty good. Storyboard is very helpful, and we're making very, very good headway. It is hard. Like, acting is not easy, man. Tell the people at home, acting is not easy.
Not easy.
All right, man.
So today is the second day of production, which is also the last day of production. And I'm using today to get all of the shots of the phone falling. There's a couple shots that are going to be a little harder to get, but for the most part, it's just getting a lot of shots of the phone just getting beat up. Hopefully I don't break my phone today. It survived yesterday. Hopefully it survives today. So I'm just powering up with an apple fritter, and then we'll go get it. Shout out Rockform. Actually works, thank God.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored.
It's okay.
You gotta throw it back and forth?
Sure.
That's good though. I just need to catch it better. Hey there, it's time to edit. I'm just gonna start by laying in the clips as my storyboard has mapped out for me. And from there, I will just keep massaging the edit until I'm happy with it. It's really as simple as that. Now's the time of the process where you lock yourself in a room and work your butt off to try and make it something that you're happy with. And if you've done it right, you'll have all the pieces of the puzzle you need. So here we go.
But unfortunately for Ben, he f***ed up.
Hey, Mom. Yeah, I'm just out on a hike.
So that's how I do it from start to finish. That's how I approach making a video. If I could leave you all with some advice to end this thing, it would be to go out and shoot your own projects. The toughest thing about shooting your own projects is the fact that, well, you're the only one that wants them to happen. You have to push your project along at every stage of the game, and you're gonna be tempted at every roadblock to quit. But you just have to keep going. You have to keep your momentum headed in the right direction to finish it. It's not easy, but it'll teach you a lot along the way. These types of projects are where you have the flexibility and the freedom to learn new things and try different things and You're not always gonna get that sort of environment on a paid set or on a paid gig when somebody wants a specific product from you. So shoot your own projects. Also, let me know down in the comments if there's anything you want me to try and make a spec commercial for. I'd love some sort of challenge, maybe something you don't think of every day. Let me know. For those of you that have made it this far in the video, thank you for watching, and I'll catch you later.